Everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be the continuation of our search for the holy grail, the best drugstore foundations out there. I'm doing a wear test for 10-12 hours for a bunch of different ones, and then a few months later, but then for you at the end of the week, I am doing a best and worst. So for all of them, I'm doing a wear test for 10-12 hours, and I'm bringing you from the window, natural lighting, very close up and personal, so you can see how the foundation looks, and then updating you at the end of the day and everything. So today, the COVERGIRL Trublend Matte Made Foundation. I know I wore this throughout the whole summer. Is it last year or the year before? When it came out, I really liked it. I am doing a wear test, so this time it's more of a review really than a first impression since I have worn this in the past quite a bit. I'm going to be applying it with a sponge because that's what I usually do. As I'm filming this right now, it's March, so this will definitely be my summer shade, so it's going to be a bit dark, but I'm wearing a sweater. We're going to blend it down the neck. Everything's going to be all good. Let me zoom you in. I'm going to do a little swatch on my hand to show you the oxidation because COVERGIRL foundations tend to oxidize. Right now, it actually seems to be a good match for me right now, but let's wait a little bit. So I'm going to do half my face. I don't have too much to cover right now. My skin has been doing pretty good. I do have a little bit of redness, so we're going to try to show how much coverage you can get out of this. Yeah, it doesn't have any scent or anything. I feel like sometimes foundation have like strong scents and I can't deal. Like, I will even deal with a foundation that smells, you know, like paint or something. But when they smell perfumey, I can't. So this one claims to be more for oily skin because they had the Vital Elixir one that I believe they just discontinued. That one was more targeted towards dry skin. Actually, let's do the neck right now. But yeah, this one is more for oily skin, which I do have. I kind of have combination. My T-zone is definitely oily, especially during the summer, but I'm also dehydrated. So if you have dry skin, you're gonna see what it would look like basically on my nose for you. But I feel like this one isn't the worst with that. So I applied a pretty thin layer. I'm gonna like build it up in a second, but just wanted to show you. Is it too bright? Aha, I think we're better now. So you can see the skin texture. I'll zoom you in from the window, everything. But like from this distance, you can see it looks like skin. It does give me, like I would say, medium coverage, but it looks very natural, which I really like. And I've done only half my nose, but so far my dry patches don't seem too crazy, which is always a big plus. Let me do the other half. What I like is that it almost has a like powdery finish. So if you have drier skin or more normal skin, you could wear this on its own. You don't really have to powder. I will definitely powder my T-zone because, again, I'm more combination. But I like that it doesn't sit on my skin. I feel like some of the foundations you're going to see in this series end up just sitting weirdly on my skin, and it's obviously frustrating, especially if you have dehydration. It just never seemed to, like, not really sink into your skin, but it just doesn't blend nicely. It's actually interesting because I haven't worn it during more like the winter, so I'm kind of seeing what it would look like on drier skin right now, and I do feel like it emphasized a little bit the dehydration, so definitely think we should stick to oilier skin for this foundation. I'll show you more in from the window. I feel like it's going to be easier to see, but I do feel like it emphasized my dehydration a tiny bit, even in between my brows, but I feel like once my oil started coming through, it's not going to be an issue. I hadn't noticed that because obviously I was wearing it during the summer and I don't have as much dryness at that point, but my pores don't seem to be overly emphasized, which I appreciate. Like I was saying, once it's fully dry, it almost has a little bit of a powdery finish on its own, which is great. I try to just cover my under eye. I never do that, but I feel like I want to see the coverage on its own. So you can see, I feel like you can see the coverage better if I just hide my under eyes. There you go. There you can see the coverage. It's a fairly medium coverage. I feel like you don't necessarily see it on my face, but it does seem to cover mostly my under eyes. I feel like there's not much more to see and show, so I'm going to apply the rest of my makeup and I'm going to show you how it wears throughout the day because I kind of already know, but so far it's fairly positive. I feel like I will probably personally stick to wearing this during the summer because it works better for my skin. So not the best if you have really dry skin, but if you have more combination, there's still hope you'll see it in a few hours. By the way, this is the amount of oxidation. I have the shade L40. So I would say probably go like a shade or two lighter than you expect. Okay, so we are now in front of the window. I'm going to zoom you in a second. The lighting, hoping it's going to be okay because it's snowing like crazy right now. The foundation actually turned out pretty okay, even on my nose. Hopefully it zooms in properly. My nose is so dehydrated right now. Like ever since I got sick, basically my skin has been super bad, super dehydrated. So I've been like piling on all the hydrating products, and literally all that's been happening is that my mustache has been growing really fast, which is so great. But you can see the texture of my skin is actually pretty good. Like my nose is so dehydrated and you can't really see the dry patches that much. Let me extra zoom. It's actually not that bad. I'm impressed considering that I thought this was going to be only like a summer foundation for me, but turns out I think I might be okay with it even during the winter. And it's not even that dark either. So honestly, I think it looks great. I'm gonna go on with my day now. We're like, what, like less than an hour later. So so far so good. And I will see you either if there's any changes, otherwise at the end of the day. Okay, so I've been wearing a foundation for about 7 hours now. So I wanted to show you what it looks like and everything, update you on it. The rest of my face is looking pretty much fine. My forehead is starting to be oily, which is what usually happens, let's be real. I do feel like I can feel it a little bit on my skin. It might be because it's so humid today. But other than that, it's still looking really great. And honestly, I'm kind of happy that it's looking fine on my nose because I was expecting it to not be. I was stressed about it, but it looks fine, to be honest, like better than so many other foundations. So from really up close and personal, hopefully you can see that my skin looks great. There's nothing going on basically. Even my nose is looking pretty good. And my forehead is definitely starting to be shiny. With the lights, it's definitely even more. Normally I would probably blot a little bit and then repowder at this point, but I won't because of the test that I'm doing, the wear test. Other than that, yeah, there's nothing to say. I forget that I'm wearing it. It's just a normal day of foundation. There's nothing crazy. I don't feel self-conscious about anything going on. It covered everything I wanted to cover. We're doing good, so I'll update you in a couple more hours. It is now the end of the day, and it's been over 10 hours since I applied foundation, so right now I just feel like washing my face and putting my PJs on. So I wanted to update you one last time. You can probably tell from this distance that I'm definitely oily. It hasn't changed that badly within the last 3-ish hours, but I have felt the need that like I wanted to repowder, but I mean, it's pretty natural for me at this point. The good news though is that it hasn't separated or anything. My nose is not looking dry. My chin is definitely starting to be oily though right now, but I feel like overall it's really not that bad. There's so little to say because it's just good. It's a solid foundation. It hasn't settled into my pores or anything either. It's just been dreaming about doing this for a few hours now. As soon as I do this, I look still fine. If I applied a bit of powder, I would be good to go for a couple more hours. So I still standing on this foundation. I definitely still recommend it. You will see it once again in my wrap up to see if it is my favorite or one of the best ones. Or, I mean, at this point, you kind of know it's not going to be my worst ones, but still. Let me know in the comment section if you have tried the CoverGirl Trublend Matte Made Foundation. What do you think about them? Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you're enjoying this series. Don't forget to subscribe because you definitely don't want to miss any future videos, and I'm going to be putting some on the screen that I recommend you check out, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.